Stop. Before you scroll past this video, I need you to listen very carefully. What I'm about to tell you in the next few minutes could completely change the trajectory of your life. Right now, at this very moment, God is trying to warn you about something. And if you ignore this message, if you close this video, if you go back to scrolling like nothing happened, you might miss the most important warning you'll ever receive. You didn't find this video by accident. This isn't a coincidence. Out of millions of videos, you clicked on this one. Why? Because deep down, you know something is about to change. You feel it. You've been feeling it for days, maybe weeks. That restlessness, that unease, that voice inside telling you that time is running out. And you're right. It is. Look at the time right now. Whatever time it is, you are closer to midnight than you think. Closer to a deadline. Closer to a door closing. Closer to missing an opportunity that will never come again. And God, in His mercy, has brought you here to give you one final warning before it's too late. So I'm asking you, I'm begging you, don't skip this video. Don't ignore this message. The next 11 minutes could save your life, your future, your destiny. Everything you've been praying for, everything you've been waiting for, the answer is right here. But only if you stay, only if you listen, only if you're brave enough to hear what God is trying to tell you right now. Are you ready? Then let's begin. You know, there are certain things in life that keep appearing in front of you, but we choose to ignore them. These are not coincidences, these are divine signs. God is trying to speak to you, but are you listening? Think about it. How many times has it happened that you didn't feel like doing something, but you did it anyway, and later regretted it? That was a warning. How many times did you feel drawn to meet someone, and when you met them your life changed? That was also a sign, but we dismiss all of this as luck or coincidence. Every day, every moment, there are spiritual signs around you. When you keep seeing the same number repeatedly, when suddenly an old friend comes to mind and the very next day they call you, when you feel uneasy about a decision and something inside tells you to wait. These are not random events. These are messages from above. But here's the truth that most people don't want to accept. We become so busy, so distracted, so consumed by our phones, our work, our problems that we've lost the ability to notice these signs. We walk past miracles every single day and don't even realize it. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had a dream that felt too real? A dream where someone you love who has passed away came to visit you? A dream that gave you a message or a warning, and when you woke up, you felt different. You felt like something had shifted. That wasn't just a dream. That was divine communication. Or maybe you've experienced this. You're going through a difficult time, feeling lost and alone, and suddenly you hear a song on the radio with lyrics that speak directly to your situation. Or you open a book, and the first page you see has exactly the answer you were looking for. Or a stranger says something to you that changes your perspective completely. These moments are not accidents. God works in mysterious ways. Sometimes the signs are loud and clear, a sudden opportunity that appears out of nowhere, a door that closes to protect you from something harmful, a person who enters your life at exactly the right moment. But most of the time, the signs are subtle. They're whispers, not shouts. And if you're not paying attention, you'll miss them completely. Think about the people who ignored the signs and suffered the consequences. The person who felt uneasy about getting on a flight but ignored that feeling. The person who had multiple warnings about a toxic relationship but stayed anyway. The person who felt called to change their path but chose comfort over purpose. These are real stories. These are real consequences of ignoring divine guidance, but it's not just about avoiding danger. Divine signs also guide you toward your blessings, toward your purpose, toward the life you're meant to live. That passion you keep feeling but keep pushing away because it doesn't make logical sense, that's a sign. That person you keep running into in unexpected places, that's a sign. That idea that won't leave your mind, no matter how hard you try to forget it, that's a sign. The universe, God, the divine force, whatever you want to call it, is constantly trying to guide you. But You have to be willing to listen. You have to be willing to trust. You have to be willing to act on what you're being shown. Here's what most people get wrong. They wait for a burning bush. They wait for a voice from the sky. They wait for something so undeniable, so obvious, that they have no choice but to believe. But that's not how it works. Faith means trusting the gentle nudges. Faith means following the breadcrumbs even when you can't see the full path. Faith means acting on intuition even when logic says otherwise. And let me tell you something else. The signs get stronger when you start paying attention, when you acknowledge them, when you thank God for them, when you act on them. More signs appear. It's like tuning into a radio frequency. At first there's static, but the more you adjust, the clearer the signal becomes. So what are the signs you've been ignoring? What dreams have you dismissed? What feelings have you pushed away? What opportunities have you let pass because of fear or doubt? What people have you avoided even though something inside told you they were important? What paths have you not taken because they seemed too difficult or too different from what everyone else expects? Right now, in this very moment, there are signs all around you, messages meant specifically for you, guidance tailored, read to your exact situation. But you have to open your eyes. You have to open your heart. You have to be willing to see what's really there instead of what you want to see or what you're afraid to see. The divine doesn't force, it guides, it suggests, it whispers. And if you keep ignoring those whispers, eventually they stop. Not because God has abandoned you, but because you've chosen not to listen. Free will means you have the choice, but with that choice comes responsibility. So I'm asking you today, right now, to stop for a moment, put away the distractions, quiet your mind, and ask yourself honestly, what signs have I been ignoring? What is God trying to tell me that I've been refusing to hear? Because I promise you the answer is there. You already know it. You've always known it. You've just been too afraid or too busy to acknowledge it. The question is, will you continue to ignore it? Or will you finally listen? You might be thinking, why is this specific time so important? Why 11:57? Is it just another number on the clock? Or is there something deeper happening here? Let me tell you something that might completely change the way you see time itself. Time is not random. Nothing in this universe is random. Every moment has meaning. Every second carries energy, and certain times, certain moments hold more power than others. 11:57 is one of those moments. Think about it. It's 3 minutes before midnight. 3 minutes before a new day begins. 3 minutes before everything resets. It's the final warning before the clock strikes 12. And whatever opportunity was in front of you is gone. It's the last chance to make a decision, to take action, to change course before it's too late. But there's something even deeper happening here. Let's break down these numbers. 11 and 57. In numerology, in spiritual traditions across the world, the number 11 is considered a master number. It represents spiritual awakening, intuition, and divine revelation. It's a number that appears when the universe is trying to get your attention, when a spiritual door is opening, when you're being called to a higher purpose. And 57, add those digits together. 5 plus 7 equals 12. And what does 12 represent? Completion, wholeness, the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. 12 months in a year, 12 hours on a clock, 12 disciples, 12 tribes. Throughout history, throughout spiritual texts, the number 12 appears again and again as a symbol of divine order and completion. So 11:57 isn't just a random time. It's a powerful spiritual moment. It's the universe telling you that you're at the edge of completion, at the edge of transformation, at the edge of a new beginning. But you only have 3 minutes, 3 precious minutes to make a choice. Now, you might be wondering, why does this matter to me specifically? Why should I care about 11:57 Tone? Because this isn't just about the time on the clock. This is about the season you're in right now in your life. This is about the warnings you've been receiving, the signs you've been seeing, the opportunities that are about to close if you don't act. God works in patterns. Nature works in cycles. Your life works in seasons. And right now, You're in the final moments of one season before another begins. You can feel it, can't you? That sense of urgency, that feeling that something needs to change, that knowing deep inside that you can't keep living the way you've been living, thinking the way you've been thinking, making the same choices you've been making. 1157 represents that exact moment, the moment right before transformation, the moment right before breakthrough, the moment right before everything shifts. But here's the critical part that most people miss. This moment requires action. It requires decision. It requires you to do something different than what you've been doing. Throughout history, the moments right before midnight have held special significance. Cinderella had, until midnight before the magic ended. Countless spiritual traditions perform their most powerful rituals right before the day changes. There's a reason for this. The energy between the old day and the new day, between what was and what will be, holds immense power. It's a thin place, a moment where the veil between the physical and spiritual world is at its thinnest. And that's exactly where you are right now, not just on the clock, but in your life. You're standing at that threshold, 1 foot in the old season, 1 foot in the new, and the choice you make in these final moments will determine which direction you go. Think about the times in your life when everything changed. When you look back, you'll probably notice that those changes didn't happen gradually. They happened in a moment, in a decision, in a single choice that altered the entire trajectory of your path. You chose to make that phone call. You chose to take that risk. You chose to walk away from what was hurting you. You chose to finally pursue what your heart was calling you toward. And everything changed. That's what 1157 represents, that decisive moment, that point of no return, that instant where you stop hesitating and start moving. But here's what makes this time even more significant. We're not just talking about any 1157, we're talking about today, right now, this specific moment in your life when you're hearing this message. Do you think that's a coincidence? Do you think it's random that you're watching this video at this exact time? No. You were meant to hear this. You were guided here. This is your 1157 moment. And God is not playing games. When He gives you a warning, when He shows you a sign, when He puts a message right in front of your face, it's because time is running out. Not to scare you, but to wake you up. Not to condemn you, but to save you. Not to make you feel guilty, but to give you one more chance to get it right. You see, 1157 is actually a gift. It's grace. It's mercy. Because midnight hasn't struck yet. The door hasn't closed yet. The opportunity is still there, but it won't be there forever. 3 minutes might seem like enough time, but 3 minutes go by fast. And if you spend those 3 minutes debating, overthinking, making excuses, or waiting for a better moment, you'll miss it. How many times have you said, "I'll do it tomorrow"? How many times have you pushed something off until later? How many times have you ignored that voice inside telling you to act now? And what happened? Tomorrow came and the opportunity was gone. Later arrived and the door was closed. The moment passed and you were left with regret. 1157 is God saying, this is it. This is your moment. Don't wait until midnight. Don't wait until it's too late. Move now. Maybe for you, 1157 means finally having that difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Maybe it means making that decision you've been putting off. Maybe it means letting go of that person, that habit, that mindset that's been holding you back. Maybe it means stepping into that calling you've been running from. Maybe it means forgiving someone, including yourself. Maybe it means taking that leap of faith you've been too scared to take. Whatever it is, you know what it is. Deep down, you already know. And the fact that you're still here, still listening, still paying attention, means you're ready. You're at your 1157. The question is, what are you going to do with these final 3 minutes? You're going through something right now, aren't you? Something that's been weighing on your heart, something that keeps you up at night, something that makes you question everything, and you've been looking for answers, searching for clarity, hoping for some kind of sign that tells you what to do next. Well, this is that sign, and these are the 3 urgent warnings that God is sending you right now. Warning number 1. Stop ignoring your inner voice, that gut feeling, that intuition, that small voice inside that keeps telling you something isn't right or that something needs to change. You've been dismissing it. You've been making excuses. You've been convincing yourself that you're overthinking, that you're being paranoid, that you should just ignore it and keep going. But that voice is getting louder, isn't it? Here's what you need to understand. The inner voice is not your enemy. It's not your anxiety. It's not your fear. It's divine guidance. It's the Holy Spirit. It's your soul trying to protect you from something or guide you towards something. And the longer you ignore it, the more pain you're going to experience. Think about all the times in your past when you ignored that voice and later regretted it. That relationship you knew was wrong from the beginning. Gee, but you stayed anyway. That job offer you felt uneasy about but took because it made logical sense. That friend you had doubts about but kept in your life because you didn't want to seem judgmental. What happened? Exactly what that inner voice tried to warn you about. God speaks to you through that voice, and right now He's warning you about something specific in your life. Maybe it's a person who's pretending to be on your side but is actually working against you. Maybe it's a path you're on that looks good on the surface but is leading you away from your purpose. Maybe it's a habit or addiction that seems small but is slowly destroying you. Maybe it's an opportunity you're about to miss because you're too comfortable where you are. Whatever it is, you feel it, you know it. And the urgent warning is this: stop ignoring it. Stop making excuses. Stop waiting for more proof. Your inner voice has never been wrong. It's been right every single time. The only times you've suffered is when you chose not to listen. Warning number 2. The people around you are not all meant to go with you into your next season. This is hard to hear, but it's critical that you understand it right now. God is about to elevate you. He's about to shift you into a new level, a new chapter, a new dimension of your life. But not everyone can come with you. You've been feeling it, haven't you? That distance, that disconnect, those relationships that used to feel so right but now feel forced. Those friends who used to support you but now seem threatened by your growth. Those family members who used to encourage you but now criticize every move you make. This isn't in your head. This is God separating you. And here's the urgent warning. If you try to drag people into a season they're not meant to be in, you will sabotage your own blessing. You will delay your own breakthrough. You will limit your own potential because you're trying to keep people comfortable who are supposed to let you go. I know it hurts. I know it feels like betrayal. I know you want to save everyone, help everyone, bring everyone along. But that's not how this works. Noah couldn't bring everyone on the ark. Moses couldn't bring everyone to the promised land. Jesus couldn't make all 12 disciples stay faithful. And you can't force people to value what God is doing in your life. Some people are assigned to your past, not your future. Some people were sent to teach you a lesson, not to stay forever. Some people were there for a season, and that season is over. And the urgent warning is this: let them go. Stop forcing connections that God is trying to disconnect. Stop reopening doors that God has closed. Stop going back to people and places that you've already outgrown. Because while you're holding on to what's ending, you're blocking what's beginning. While you're trying to fix relationships that are supposed to be finished, you're missing the new relationships God is trying to bring into your life. While you're pouring energy into people who don't appreciate you, you're neglecting the people who are actually meant to walk with you. God is sending you this warning right now because the separation is about to become final. The door is about to close completely. And if you don't make peace with it now, if you don't release them now, you're going to miss your moment. You're going to watch your blessing pass you by because you refuse to let go of what was holding you back. Warning number 3, time is running out on the decision you've been avoiding. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That big decision, that scary choice, that leap of faith you've been putting off for months, maybe even years. You keep telling yourself you'll do it when the time is right, when you have more money, when you feel more ready, when the circumstances are perfect. But the urgent warning is this: the time is now, and if you wait any longer, it will be too late. God has been preparing you for this moment. Everything you've been through, every challenge, every disappointment, every lesson, it's all been leading to this. You're more ready than you think. You're stronger than you realize. You have everything you need to make this move, but you're scared. You're doubting. You're overthinking. And while you're sitting there analyzing every possible outcome, while you're making lists of pros and cons, while you're waiting for some magical sign that removes all risk and guarantees success, opportunity is slipping away. The door is slowly closing. The season is ending. Do you know what happens to people who wait too long? They become the person who lives with regret. They become the person who says, I should have, and I could have, and if only I had. They become the person who watches other people living the life they were supposed to live because they were too afraid to take the step when God told them to. Right now, in this moment, God is giving you a choice. Move or stay, act or wait, trust or doubt. And the choice you make will determine your entire future, not just tomorrow or next week, but the next 5 years, the next decade, the rest of your life. This is your burning bush moment. This is your Red Sea moment. This is your moment to step out of the boat and walk on water. But you have to move. You have to act. You have to make the decision that scares you, that challenges you, that requires you to trust God more than you trust your own understanding. The urgent warning is that this window won't stay open forever. Divine opportunities come with divine timing. And when that timing passes, the opportunity passes with it. You can't go back. You can't rewind. You can't get a do-over. This is it. So what is God asking you to do? What decision have you been avoiding? What step have you been too afraid to take? What dream have you been too scared to pursue? What change have you been resisting? Whatever it is, the time is now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel more confident. Now. These 3 warnings are not meant to scare you. They're meant to save you. They're meant to wake you up before it's too late. They're meant to push you into action before the door closes. God loves you too much to let you miss your moment. He cares about you too much to let you settle for less than what He has planned for you. So listen to your inner voice. Release the wrong people. Make the decision you've been avoiding. This is your warning. This is your moment. Don't waste it. So you've heard the warnings, you understand the signs, you recognize that 11:57 isn't just a time on the clock, it's where you are right now in your life. And you're probably asking yourself, okay, so what do I actually do? What's my next move? This is your action plan. These are the specific steps you need to take before midnight, before this moment passes, before this opportunity closes. Step 1, get alone with God right now. Not tomorrow morning, not this weekend, not when you have more time. Right now, turn off your phone, close your laptop, step away from the distractions, find a quiet place where it's just you and God and have an honest conversation, and I mean brutally honest. No religious talk, no fancy prayers, no trying to sound spiritual. Just real talk. Tell Him what you're scared of. Tell Him what you're struggling with. Tell Him about the decision you've been avoiding. Tell Him about the people you need to release. Tell Him about the voice you've been ignoring. Lay it all out, because here's the truth. God already knows. He sees everything. He knows your thoughts before you think them. He knows your fears before you feel them. But He wants to hear it from you. He wants you to acknowledge it. He wants you to be vulnerable enough to admit that you can't do this alone, that you need His guidance, that you're ready to surrender. This conversation is the foundation of everything else. You cannot move forward in clarity without it. You cannot make the right decisions without it. You cannot have peace about what comes next without it. So before you do anything else, before you take any other step, get alone with God and have that conversation. Pour your heart out. Ask for wisdom. Ask for courage. Ask for a clear sign of what to do next. Step 2. Write down what that inner voice has been telling you. Get a piece of paper, open a notes app on your phone, whatever works for you, and write it down. All of it. Every nudge, every warning, every impression, every gut feeling you've been having. Don't filter it. Don't judge it. Just write it honestly. What has that voice been saying about your current situation? What has it been warning you about? What has it been encouraging you toward? What opportunities have it been highlighting? What red flags has it been showing you? Write it all down, and then, next to each thing, write what you've been doing instead. Write the excuses you've been making. Write the reasons you've been ignoring it. Write the fear that's been stopping you. Because when you see it on paper, when you see the truth side by side with your excuses, something shifts. You can no longer deny it. You can no longer pretend you don't know what to do. This exercise is powerful because it forces clarity. Your mind can justify anything, but when you write it down, when you see it in black and white, the truth becomes undeniable. And that truth is what sets you free. That truth is what gives you the courage to act. Step 3. Make a list of the relationships that need to end or change. I know this is painful. I know this feels harsh, but remember warning number 2. Not everyone is meant to go with you into your next season. And if you don't intentionally release the wrong people, they will unconsciously hold you back. So write down the names, the friends who drain you instead of inspire you, the family members who criticize your dreams instead of supporting them, the romantic relationship that you know isn't right but you've been holding on to out of fear or loneliness, the business partners or colleagues who take advantage of your loyalty, the people who only call when they need something but are never there when you need them. Write them down. And then next to each name, write how that relationship needs to change. Some need to end completely. Some need healthy boundaries. Some need honest conversations. Some need distance. Some need to shift from close friends, IP to casual acquaintance. And then here's the critical part. Set a deadline. Don't just write it down and do nothing. Give yourself a time frame. By this date, I will have this conversation. By this date, I will create this boundary. By this date, I will stop reaching out to this person. Make it real. Make it concrete. Make it something you can actually follow through on, because understanding who needs to go is one thing. Actually releasing them is another. And if you don't set a deadline, you'll keep putting it off. You'll keep making excuses. You'll keep giving them one more chance and another until years have passed and you're still stuck in the same toxic patterns. Step 4. Identify the one decision you've been avoiding and commit to making it within the next 72 hours, not someday, not eventually, within the next 3 days. This is your 11:57 moment, remember? You don't have the luxury of unlimited time. What's the decision? Is it quitting that job that's killing your spirit? Is it starting that business you've been dreaming about? Is it going back to school? Is it moving to a new city? Is it ending that relationship? Is it finally dealing with that addiction? Is it having that difficult conversation? Is it forgiving that person? Is it investing in yourself instead of everyone else? Whatever it is, write it down clearly, not vaguely, not I need to do something about my career. Specifically, I will submit my resignation. And letter, not I should probably work on my health. Specifically, I will schedule an appointment with a therapist. Not maybe I should pursue my passion. Specifically, I will register for that course I've been looking at. And then break it down into the smallest possible first step, because big decisions feel overwhelming, but small steps feel manageable. What's the one tiny action you can take in the next 24 hours that moves you toward that decision? Make the phone call, send the email, fill out the application, book the appointment, have the conversation, take that first step, and then commit. Tell someone you trust about your decision. Speak it out loud. Make it real. Because when you keep decisions in your head, they stay theoretical. When you speak them out and share them with someone who will hold you accountable, they become real. Step 5. Create a no-going-back moment. This is crucial because you know what's going to happen after you make these changes. You're going to doubt yourself. You're going to feel scared. You're going to want to go back to what's familiar, even if what's familiar was hurting you. So you need to create a moment that makes going back impossible, or at least very difficult. If you're leaving a toxic relationship, delete their number, block them on social media, remove the easy access. If you're quitting that job, submit that resignation in writing. If you're starting a business, make the investment. Buy the domain, a noun. See it publicly. If you're pursuing a dream, tell people about it. Create accountability. Make a move that commits you to the new path. Because when things get hard, and they will, you need something that reminds you why you made this choice. You need something that prevents you from sliding back into old patterns just because they're comfortable. Step 6. Prepare for the spiritual attack. Now listen carefully. When you start moving in obedience to God, when you start making the changes He's been calling you to make, the enemy doesn't just sit back and watch, he fights back. And he'll use every weapon he has. He'll use doubt. You'll start questioning whether you made the right decision. He'll use fear. You'll start imagining every worst-case scenario. He'll use people. Suddenly, everyone will have an opinion about your choices. He'll use circumstances. Things will get harder before they get easier. He'll use your past. He'll remind you of every failure, every mistake, every reason why you don't deserve this blessing. But if you know this is coming, you won't be surprised by it. You won't interpret resistance as a sign you made the wrong choice. You'll recognize it for what it is, spiritual warfare, which actually confirms you're moving in the right direction. The enemy doesn't attack people who are stuck. He attacks people who are moving forward. So prepare yourself spiritually. Strengthen your prayer life. Stay in the Word. Surround yourself with people who will speak tea. Ruth, when you're doubting, have scriptures ready that remind you of God's promises. Build your faith now so that when the attack comes, you're ready. Step 7. Set a date to check your progress. 30 days from today, mark it on your calendar. This is when you're going to look back and evaluate. Did you follow through? Did you make the changes? Did you take the steps? Did you honor the commitment you made to yourself and to God? And be honest in that evaluation. If you did it, celebrate, acknowledge how far you've come. Thank God for the courage He gave you. If you didn't do it, don't beat yourself up, but ask yourself why. What held you back? What excuse did you make? What fear won? And then make a new commitment. Set a new deadline, because this action plan only works if you actually follow it. Reading it, agreeing with it, feeling inspired by it, that's not enough. You have to do it. You have to move. You have to act. Your 11:57 is right now. Midnight is coming. The door is closing. The season is shifting. And what you do in these next few hours, these next few days, will determine your entire future. So don't just listen to this message and do nothing. Don't just feel emotional for a moment and then go back to your normal routine. This is your divine interruption. This is your wake-up call. This is God giving you one more chance to get it right. Take it. Move now. Your future self is depending on the decision you make. So here we are. You made it to the end, and now you have a choice to make. The most important choice of your life. You can close this video, go back to scrolling, pretend like you never heard this message, and continue living the same way you've been living. Making the same mistakes, ignoring the same signs, settling for the same life. And when midnight comes, when that door closes, when that opportunity passes, you'll be the person saying, I wish I had listened. I wish I had acted. I wish I had taken that warning seriously. Or you can choose differently. Right now, in this moment, you can decide that today is the day everything changes. Today is the day you stop ignoring God's voice. Today is the day you stop making excuses. Today is the day you finally do what you've been called to do. The clock is ticking. 11:57 is not just a time, it's a warning, it's a final call. It's God saying, this is it. Move now or regret it forever. So what's it going to be? Are you going to ignore this just like you've ignored every other sign? Or are you finally ready to act? Before you leave this video, I want you to do something. Type in the comments, I'm ready, if you're committing to make the change. If you're done ignoring the warnings. If you're finally going to listen to what God has been telling you. Type I'm ready and make that commitment public. Make it real. Make it something you can't take back. And if this message spoke to your heart, if you felt something AF'd inside you while watching this, then share this video, because someone else needs to hear this warning too. Someone in your life is at their 11:57 moment, and they don't even know it. You could be the messenger God uses to save them. Remember, you were chosen to see this. You were guided here. This was your divine appointment. Don't waste it. Don't ignore it. Don't let fear win. The time is now. Your moment is here. What you do next will change everything. God bless you. Now go, move, act, before it's too late.